In the headlines, death toll from Jigawa flooding hits 30 as thousands displaced. NLC holds emergency meeting over terrorism financing allegation. Ibeno youth protest community oil spillage, demands immediate cleanup. On the foreign scene, Sudan declares cholera epidemic after 22 deaths. Hello and welcome to News Update on Trust Television. My name is Lilian Ogazi. And now to the news. At least 30 people have been killed, with 9,366 people displaced, while 7,379 hectares of land have been ravaged by floods across Jigawa State. Also, 4,699 houses have been affected by the floods. Recall that NIMET predicted that Jigawa is among the states that would experience severe floods in 18 local government areas in the state. The Executive Secretary of the Jigawa State Emergency Management Agency, Haruna Mariga, says the state government is assisting those affected with food and medication, which are being distributed to the IDPs. Mariga said 2 children died while others were infected with diarrhea. As the Yandua Primary School IDPs in Miga local government and Ayo local government said, the local government emergency committees are working to assist the victims.
His Excellency has already directed that those people that were afflicted with this flood disaster, they should be considered first in the sharing of the palliative we are distributing. That is why we are going local government to local government. We'll see, just to see how IDPs are being cared for. That is why we are following local government by local government to see the IDPs, how have they been catered for? The complaints we receive from this one is that the people that are not even be inflicted with the havoc, they are coming to benefit from their share. And it is not even enough for them to share, while people that have not been afflicted with the disease or with the disaster, they are coming to take from it. What we advise the DAC now, that is the caretaker of the local government, is to bring raw foods to them here so that they will cook it here.
Some leaders of the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC, including the President of Congress, Joe Ajaero, are holding an emergency National Executive Council meeting at the NLC headquarters in Abuja. The meeting comes following the summoning of Ajaero by the Nigerian Police Force over allegations of terrorism financing, treasonable felony, and cybercrime. The summon had ordered the NLC president to present himself for questioning by 10 a.m. on Tuesday. The police invitation was contained in a letter dated 19th August 2024 and signed by ACP Adamu Mose on behalf of the Deputy Commissioner of Police Intelligence Response Team. The police also warned that a warrant of arrest would be issued if Ajaero failed to comply. Youths in Ibeno communities of Akwa Ibom State have taken to the streets to protest the recent oil spillage in the area, demanding an immediate cleanup and intervention from the International Oil Company, IOC, government and international bodies. The protesters, led by the paramount ruler of Ibeno, Effiong Achanga, and youth leaders expressed dissatisfaction with the IOC's negligence towards the host communities, citing the devastating impact of the oil spillage on their livelihood. On Tuesday, the protesters carried placards and banners chanting slogans such as "Clean up our environment now" and "We demand justice for Ibeno communities." No fewer than 27 coastal communities in the state were affected by a fresh oil spill allegedly by Mobil Producing Nigerian Limited offshore facility. The spill occurred in the early hours of last Thursday. The protesting youth said they were tired of the IOC's lack of concern for their well-being, noting that the oil spillage had destroyed their farmlands, rivers and forests, leaving them without a source of income or food. They demanded immediate action from the IOC, government and international bodies to address the environmental disaster. from that, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria has raised concerns over the shortage of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, affecting its members across the country amidst widespread scarcity. The umbrella body, which boasts over 3,000 members and controls a significant share of Nigeria's filling stations, also accused the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited of failing to supply adequate products to its members. The chairman of Ibman Ore Depot, Shina Amo, claimed that the NNPCL, as the sole importer of petroleum products, has not provided sufficient supplies to Ibman for the past 3 years, leading to a dire situation for its members. The NNPCL had, through its Chief Corporate Communications Officer Olufemi Sonaye, stated that the oil firm was working to tackle the fuel subsidy challenges, stressing that the queues would clear by midweek. However, Amo, who highlighted the bureaucratic delays faced by Ibman members when dealing with NNPCL, said previously after payment it took a week to load product, but now the process drags for 3 to 5 months. He expressed frustration over the current distribution pattern, accusing NNPCL of sidelining Ibman in favor of other groups such as Dapman and Miman. A combined team of police, military, and AVG operatives has busted a criminal hideout in Umuduru in Ihiala, local government area of Anambra State, and rescued a kidnapped victim unhurt. The spokesperson of the Anambra State Police Command, SP Tochukwu Ikenga, who confirmed the rescue, said the operation followed the arrest of a suspect, name withheld, a few weeks ago. According to him, the suspect confessed to being a member of a notorious kidnap gang terrorizing the state, particularly in Ihiala. The rescued victim has been debriefed and released to the family while operations are still ongoing. The Oyo State Fire Service on Tuesday said a fire outbreak was reported at a plaza opposite Lam Adeshina Junction, Fele Ibadan, the state capital. It said 2 churches and the furniture shop were affected. This was made known in a statement by the agency's general manager, Yemi Akinka. Akinka identified the affected churches as a parish of the Redeemed Christian Church of God and New Covenant Church. According to him, the fire mostly affected plastic chairs and PVC materials used for ceiling decorations, which were completely burnt. The Lagos State Environmental and Special Offences Unit says it has undertaken a cleanup exercise along Mile 2OK and the Oshodi-Apapa Expressway, leading to the removal of illegal shanties, roadside vendors, and confiscation of 2,000 litres of petroleum products. This was disclosed in a statement released on Tuesday by the agency's Director of Press and Public Affairs, Abdul Rahim Badeyanka. Badeyanka said the exercise was needed to curb the escalating challenges posed by roadside vendors and proliferation of shanties in the area. He noted that the agency discovered that the roadside vendors who set up tents on the curbs were also dealing illegally in petroleum products, adding that the arrested suspects would be charged to court and the recovered items confiscated. The INEC resident electoral commissioner for Ogun State, Ni Ijalayi, is dead. The Ogun Rec slumped and died in Abuja on Monday evening after a meeting of Recs at the commission's headquarters. The cause of his death is yet unknown, although a source who spoke on the condition of anonymity revealed that the former resident electoral commissioner had returned to his hotel room after the meeting before the incident happened. It was further disclosed that the Ondo-born administrator, who was lively throughout the commission's meeting, retired to a hotel in the Federal Capital Territory before his death. The meeting, according to the remarks of the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, which was posted on the verified timeline of the commission on Facebook, focused on the 2 off-cycle governorship elections in Edo and Ondo states and 7 vacant positions in the National and State Assembly. This is news updates coming to you from Trust TV. Coming up, we'll be looking at how tomato price drops further as wet season harvest begins. This and more when we return. Do stay. You are welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is news updates coming to you from Trust TV. Let us take a look at our headline stories again. Death toll from Jigawa flooding hits 30 as thousands displaced. NLC holds emergency meeting over terrorism financing allegation. And moving on, the Governor of Bayo State, Babangana Zulum, has donated 209.8 million naira to 170 primary healthcare centers across 27 local government areas of Bayo State. Governor Zulum made the presentation during a stakeholders meeting on Basic Healthcare Provision Fund in Maiduguri. The governor charged some leaderships of the Primary Healthcare Development Agency and the Bayo State Contributory Healthcare Management Agency to be diligent in providing quality service to the people of Borno. He emphasized on the need for transparency and oversight to ensure that the funds are properly managed for the benefit of Bayo State. The governor, while directing local government chairmen to take charge of healthcare facilities in their domains, also announced plans to rehabilitate primary healthcare centers across the state for more effective and efficient health service delivery.
This is a testament to our determination to improve the healthcare system in Bayo State.
And primary healthcare development agency should declare the amount to local government chairman in written for transparency and accountability. And that under those circumstances, funds that were channeled to facilities shall be diverted to any organization.
Prices of tomatoes have reportedly crashed further following the commencement of harvest from the wet season farming. In the wake of the price fall, experts are calling on the government to introduce technology in tomatoes production that will ensure smooth production of the fruit throughout the year to avoid scarcity at any time. Let's take a look at the report from Trust TV's Bello Musa.
In Kaduna State, the price of baskets of tomatoes has reduced at the popular tomato market at Bakindogo in the Kaduna metropolis.
We thank God that the price of tomato has dropped, but we are also praying for food price to come down as well. Now, we buy baskets from 15 to 40,000 naira, depending on the types.
When the price was high, there was low patronage, as many couldn't afford it. Tomato is seasonal. This present species is normally produced during rainy season. It is normally found in the Zaria axis. According to an agric expert, Dr. Omotosho Abiodun of the Department of Agric Technology, Kaduna Polytechnic, deploying of technology in tomato production will address the challenges of scarcity at any time of the year.
You can have the structure, what we call the greenhouse. The greenhouse will be able to limit several things. They limit the amount of water that the crop will receive, limit the pests and diseases that will come in, And in some developed countries where they have automatic or well-equipped greenhouse, they can even regulate the temperature that will not permit all these diseases.
For financial expert and public affairs commentator Ahmed Altini, agricultural production in the north needs political will from the leaders of the region for it to be developed.
I think particularly, for example, those of us who are in the agriculturally endowed northern Nigeria, our governors need to sit down and look at what policy initiatives are they going to leverage in order to improve the living conditions of their people. I have no doubt that with agriculture, then definitely we should be able to do a lot for our people. But we need the right policies to be in place so that we can prioritize what are we going to do in the 4 years for a tenure in terms of agricultural output.
According to traders, government policy did not affect the present tomato price fall, but rather seasonal harvest. Bello Musa, Trust TV News Kaduna.
And now away from Nigeria, Sudan faces a new challenge in the midst of a 16-month conflict between the military and the paramilitary group as health authorities declared a cholera epidemic. Health Minister Haitham Mohamed Ibrahim said 22 people have died and 354 cases of the disease have been confirmed across the country in recent weeks. The World Health Organization said recently that 78 deaths from cholera were recorded in Sudan between the 1st of January and 28th of July this year. Seasonal floods in recent weeks have exacerbated the situation, with critical infrastructure washed away in 12 of Sudan's 18 provinces, making access to clean water difficult for many. Ibrahim blamed the outbreak on weather conditions and contamination of drinking water. The conflict in Sudan has further battered what was an already weak healthcare system, displaced more than 10 million people, and pushed many into starvation. The world's oldest living person, Spain's Maria Branias Morera, who was born in the United States and lived through 2 world wars, has died at the age of 117, her family said on Tuesday. Branias, who had lived for the last 2 decades in the Santa Maria del Tura nursing home in the town of Olot in northeastern Spain, had warned in the Post on Tuesday that she felt weak. The time is near. Don't cry, I don't like tears, and above all, don't suffer for me. Wherever I go, I will be happy, she added to the accounts which